Hey guys, how's it going? Alex here. So this is the tutorial basically how to connect these ZkT Eco panels to our computers to be able to program them. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. You need to have obviously the panel powered up. You need to have an Ethernet cable to your panel. So let me show you guys real quick. Let me just move my camera there. I got that panel. It's a little hard to tell from here, but panel is open while those wires sticking out, and you see the Ethernet. So that's connected to my laptop right now, to my laptop here. Um, so you need to have internet connection and they have the Ethernet connection. So I'm just going to go through the step by steps on how to do that. So what you need to do is essentially, it's a program that you download and it's from this website, from the ZK um, Bio website. And essentially and it's about, I think it's like around 800 megabytes, something like that. It's not too, yeah, 846 megabytes. So it's nothing super big. So this is a program, right? So on your student laptops, you have to get a USB, copy the program onto the laptop, and you're gonna double click, right? So at this point, on the student laptops, you're gonna get asked like a password, right? You're gonna ask like administration permission. Um, so what I did is I contacted the IT guy, Jose, and I asked him if he can give me the password. He gave me the password. The only thing, of course, is we can't give that password to the students because then they're just going to download whatever onto the laptop. So you have to put the password and you have to install the program for them, right? So since this is like my work computer, it's not asking me that. So I'm going to skip that step, and I'll email you guys a password and I'll email you the software, right? So basically, you get to that point, and then you're going to get to this point to install the software. So here, of course, you click English. You basically, it's just like installing normal software, right? You're going to wait. It's going to start to install the files. And let me move this thing here 1 second. So there's always going to be this like environmental testing tool, and I'm not sure the screen is showing that. Let me see if I can share my screen one right here. So it's gonna have all this stuff. It's always gonna come up with this anti-virus software test. Just ignore that. That just part of like the firewall stuff. It always gave me that warning, but I was able to install the software regardless. So just click ignore here. Um, right here, you're gonna click next on this part here. Accept, next. Right here, just keep that as that is. I didn't add anything to it or change it, and it's been working so far every time. So just leave that as it is. Next, same thing with this. Just click that next. Same thing with this. Same here. Just click next. And then, of course, we're going to install it. Right. So it'll take a little bit to install. And so the main part of this whole thing, the main like problem that I've been having, and I see other instructors have been having, is assigning the correct IP to this panel. So it can't be a dynamic IP, right? Where the IP gets randomly assigned by the router. We have to change it to a specific static IP, and the IP has to be within the same network range as your local router, right? So I'm going to show you guys how to come up with that. So actually, while it's installing, show you guys what to do here. So how to know what your address and your IP is, you're going to hit the Windows key and R. All right, and you're going to come up with this here run prompt here. And here you're going to put CMD command, right? So you're going to get a command prompt. So that should pop up like this. Once it's in this window, you want to click you want to type in ipconfig. And right there is going to show you all the connections that you have, right? So right now I have here, this is my Wi-Fi. I haven't connected my Ethernet cable yet, right? So this is my Wi-Fi. This is my IP address, 192.168.4.30. So the first uh, three like groups of numbers, 192.168.4 has to be the same on your static IP. The last number, in this case 30 for the laptop, it can be .100, .30, .200, whatever it is on your panel for your static IPs, that doesn't matter. As long as these first three groups are the same. And same thing here. right here, you want to keep the same 192.168.4, and then here you can change that to whatever, right? And so the main thing is not to have the same IP as your laptop, otherwise it won't connect and won't work. So now let me connect my Ethernet. Now I connected my Ethernet cable to my laptop, and I'll run that IP config again. Right, now we can see my Ethernet here. And right here, the address is good, 192.168.4.200, and the default address is good, 192.168.4.254. Here, the gateways are okay to be the same. That's fine. The gateways are the same as long as the IP address, that's the most important part. The IP address has to be different, right? And so this is still installing. So let me show you guys now how to change the IP address if this were a different address on the IP, which again will always be because it typically defaults as a dynamic IP. So it's always going to change. So how to change that is you're going to, again, hit Windows and R, come up with this prompt here. And here you're going to type in, I have it written down here because I don't know this stuff here 100%. So you're gonna type in ZkBio. And you're gonna type that in, press enter, and you're gonna come into this window here, right? And this is your network connections, network properties. Here we can see all the different networks, right? This is your Wi-Fi. You're just gonna leave that alone. Here on the Ethernet, what you're gonna do is you're gonna right click on your mouse. You're gonna go to properties. In properties, now you're gonna go to this Internet Protocol version 4, and right there, you're gonna click properties. And typically, right, when you first do this, it's gonna look like that, right? So you want to click on use the following IP address. And again, here is 192.168.4, and I believe it was, we're gonna keep the same IP that I had, 200. So here we're gonna click 200 here. The subnet mask, that just is always going to be that. And then here for the default gateway, 192.168.4, and I believe it was .255, right? 254. 254. Again, that can be the same, that's okay. As long as the IP address is within the same group, but then that last number be different from your laptop or your student IP laptop. Right, this here, leave blank, that's fine. Just gonna click OK. And let's see here, boom, click OK, click OK. So now we should have a static IP, and then just to verify, do that IP config again on big. And then verify that, yep, good, good. And then everything is good. The default gateway did give me that error, so I don't know if that's gonna work or not, but we're gonna see right now. So now it installed the program. So here you're going to click finish. So you click finish. It's going to start up and then have the initial sort of setup. That's going to take a little bit of time here. You do have to create a password, and I would definitely write this down because the password requirement is kind of funky. And it's always kind of a pain in the butt. So it's not like starting it automatically. I think I have to, yeah, once you install it, then you have this. No, let's see, where is it? Oh, no. Sorry, let me go back to screen 1. And right there we can see, right there, it's this icon right there, ZKBio CVAccess. So we'll go ahead and double click it. And here, see, where is it showing? Okay, here, this is always going to happen here. The site can't be reached, right here, right? So right here, what we're going to do is just wait a little bit. Here. Details, reload. See. Okay, good. I don't know what happened. I think you have to click it again, but you should click where you get this this message here, your connection is not private, right? So that's a good sign. If you see this is good, because here what you want to do is click advance and then proceed to localhost right here. Once you do that, you should get this here, right? And this is the important part because again, I always forgot this password because the requirements are kind of weird. Your username is always going to be admin. I guess you can change that or something, but I just always kept it at admin. For the password, I've been typing in LVWICA 2026 exclamation mark. So LVWICA 2026 exclamation mark. And again, write that down. I clicked enter. You don't have to put an email. You can if you want, but it's already set up. And again, write this password down. Uh, you can make your own password, but LV Wika, and I'm writing it down right now on a piece of paper, all lowercase, LV Wika 2026 or 2026, I think 26 dot exclamation mark. So again, just write that password down because every time that you have to reprogram, you have to enter that password. And it's kind of hard to reset it and you have to reinstall the whole program. So whatever password you pick for those laptops, write them down, put them on a sticker and put them on the laptop. So once you get to this page, now you're in. Now you're connected to your device, right? So once you're in here to set up like uh, a card or something, obviously you have to have the card installed. So I believe I have here, let me see if I can find, I do have a diagram of what I have sort of connected. So let me, security access. Yeah, I do have a diagram here, I believe. Let's see here, view large icons. Okay, good. Let me bring this up so you guys can see what I have connected. So I drew this very rough sort of diagram, and I'll send this again to you guys so you guys can basically have the same setup. Right? I would start simple. I wouldn't do all this input, the PIR, all this stuff here. I added that stuff later. I first just started with the right here. This is the card reader, right? So right there, you're going to connect to these terminals here. And again, I'll send you guys this file so you can, you start with the card and then add a door strike, a light, and all this sort of stuff. I can explain all this other stuff that I got going on here. But here, essentially, this is the connections, right? And here, this is the main part. You really want to get these color codings correctly on these terminals here. Otherwise, the reader won't be able to access the data, won't process it correctly. So this is my reader here, and that's my connection, right? So once you have that connected, right? And so now what I'm gonna show you guys is, let me stop sharing my screen, show you guys is how to program these cards, right? So you should have a bunch of these cards. And so these cards all have a number on them, right? And that's the number that we're gonna assign to these things. So for example, right here, and let me share my screen again so you guys can see how this program works. So right here, you can do a lot of things with this stuff. This is really cool. So here we're going to go to access right here, and the students will have a ton of fun playing around with this stuff. It's really hard to mess something up. You can always reset to factory reset or anything, but give the students time to program, right? You obviously have to teach them a couple of things and how to do stuff, but there's a lot of things you can learn to do with this. It's really, really cool. So one of the first things you want to go to like the personnel part here. And here you want to just create a random employee, right? I'm going to create myself. So right here, you want to do new. And then right here, personal ID, I'm just going to put my name, Alex. And, you can fill in whatever you want here. Department name. I don't know, right here. I don't think you have to create a department. I just put like Wika. I don't think that's super important, I should say. Right there, the card number. That's the number that you want to enter right there. That's what you want to enter right there. So right here, I have this card 005001358, right? And that's my card. And then you want to give right here some other stuff. So super user, like if you can use it on everything. Access level, general, you can add different access to like a certain level, floor 1, level 2, whatever. I'm just going to put general here. I'm just going to do a basic setup so then you guys can start, playing around and then do whatever it is that you want to do. Personal ID, I think here you have to put one, not, oh yeah. So personal ID right there. This is where you put in the name, right? All this other stuff again. Right here, just a real basic setup. We're going to create it. Okay. And so next thing you want to do is now you want to have this program here recognize your panel, right? So to do that, you go to I believe it's access here. And then right there on device, you want to stay on this first part here, device. Here you want to click on search. So when I click on search, so right there, because search, we have to connect within the network, we have to find that panel, right? So here we're going to click search. And right there is going to look for the panel. If you have your IP and everything corrected correctly connected right there. So right there is my IP address. I think I here have to modify the IP address because that was a previous one. So if it's the same address as what you put, then you just click add. Here in this case, I'm gonna have to modify this IP address to 192.168.4, and I believe I chose, what was it for my .4.200. So .4.200, right? The subnet mask is the same, and just double check the gateway address is 4.254, 254. Change that. So just match that stuff. Here we're going to click OK. The new IP address cannot be the same as the server IP address. I'm not sure. Let's just do. All right, guys. So what the problem was is that you can't have, so it's a little tricky. When it's the first initial setup, it's a lot easier. Just remember that your IP address, whatever you do the static one, just that last number has to be different. Because and this is a good issue to run into because you're going to have this happen quite a bit. Um, when you assign an IP to a panel, it stays with that IP. But it can't be a different IP as far as like this third sort of variable. It has to be the same as your network, right? But if it's a different number, um, you first have to set the Ethernet connection to a different number, so then you can connect first to the panel and then modify the IP. So essentially what I was doing while I was getting that error is that my Ethernet connection and my panel had the same IP. So what I did was I went to the network connections and I changed the IP temporarily on this one to .50. And you can always check this stuff with these command prompts. So right here, if you look at it, right, before I had some other IP, and here I changed it to .4.50. So that way the Ethernet IP is different from the already established IP on the panel, right? I did that just to connect the device, and then I'm going to change it into an IP that's within the range of what we need it to be. So right here, once I did that, now I was able to connect. So right here, it says device connection successful. Click OK, we'll add the device. So now I'm going to click that. So now the device has been added. So once I've done that, and here we can see right here. So now click close. So far I have it connected, right? So right here, what you want to do is, it should show up here. So let's do that again. Search, do this. Should have added it on there. So you should be able to see it. So let's see what's going on there. So right there, device has been added. Close. And there we go. That's what I wanted to see. So now we see online, we see the device model, we see the device name, right? You can change it. We see that IP address, you can change the device name, you can edit all this stuff. And now let's continue on with the actual programming part. All right, so now that we have the device connected, now we're going to start to program some stuff, actually start to give access and all these things. So, um, and what's cool here is a lot of really cool things here. So you can see there, if you click here on real-time monitoring, and right here, these are the two relays for the doors, right? The two sensors, right? The card readers, right? So right here, you can also do a remote. So let's see if I can do a remote thing here. No, not right now. I think. Let's see here. No, you can't do a remote. So you can do like if you click on the card, it should be able to give you like information. So let me go ahead and point the camera over there and let's see what we got. So that was the denial card. Also denial and all these lights and stuff, those are all linkages. I'll be able to show you guys later how to do that. So I clicked all three cards, including the number that I programmed. And so you guys can see on the screen here on the program, um, you can see the events, right? Disabled card, disabled card, disabled card. So that's why it's denying it. So now to give access, so what you want to do is you click up here, is it personnel? No, you click on, so I gave right there, that's my card number. So this is the card. The card is still not enabled, so we still have to enable it. So you can go to here to access, and then right here, I believe it's reader, or door setting, device, no, access rule. Once you go to access rule, access levels. So here, general, set access by person, right there, ordinary user. Okay, so now that we added the personnel, right? And here you can add, the students can add a bunch of users, name, whatever. And again, the card number right there. Once you do that, then you have to go here to access. And you have to add the doors. This panel has two. So right here, then you're going to go access rule and access by person. And right here, you can see it says general. So I have access to the general. But here, what we have to go is go to, we have to assign the doors. Okay, we have to assign the doors to the, to that access, right? General. So that you would do that here, going to access levels. And right here, typically this is going to be blank, so you have to assign the door. So right here, you're going to click on add door. And right there, let me show you guys what it looks like when you delete it. So it's going to do this little processing command thing right here. So when you first start, it's not going to have the doors access, and the card won't work if you don't have the doors added. So you're going to click add door, and right there you're going to add each door has its own like IP, right? So you're going to click on both, and right there move it over here and click OK. And again, it's going to process that command. Hit close. So now that when you do see these two doors and you have your personnel file, the card, and you have given the general access, and in the general access, you have this, right? You can have restricted access, so you can create a new level like just floor one, and then the doors on that floor one. This is just general, and I'm giving these two doors. Once you do that, you still need to sync it up. So how to do that is, and you go to set access by person, and right there, you want to click on synchronize level. So please select the objects. Oh, here you want to click on your name and then synchronize levels and OK. Once this is done, close. And then here you want to go to device management real-time monitoring, right? And right here is going to tell you in real time what's happening. So now I'm going to point the camera there. And I have access to that card. And then you can also see it in the real-time monitoring right there. Normal swipe open. So and that's your basic setup, right? So if I were to do another card, right? One that isn't assigned to me. It's denied, right? It's a disabled card. All right, so just let me quickly just add another person and assign to that same card that I just swiped. So you guys can see the whole process again. Right, so right here you're gonna go to personnel, and then here you're gonna create new, and a personnel IDs too. Let's put I don't know, let's put John, since there's so many Johns in Weka. John, and here the card number 0005001 354. Right, it was the one I swiped. Again, you can add all this stuff, all the other stuff, let you guys play around with it. And then here we're gonna click OK. Once we add that new person, John, and it's got that card, then we're gonna go here to access. We're gonna go to access rule, access levels. And I believe I gave John also general. So that's going to be by person, John. Yeah, both John and I have access to the general levels. So right here, then we go to access level. And I believe the general already has the door in there, right? So that shouldn't, we don't have to do anything else because it's the same access sort of, um, same access control, or not control, same access conditions, right? So the two doors are there. So set access, I believe, by person. You still have to synchronize it. So we're going to click on John and synchronize level. Okay. I'm going to do close. And so now we're going to go to the real-time monitoring, and we're going to do that card that was just denied. Give me access. And you guys can see that it gives access there, and logs in John right there. Right, so that's how you do it. The stuff blinking and all that stuff is called linkage. I'll do another video on that. I just wanted to get the basic setup for you guys. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be sending all that stuff out now. And yeah, it's really fun. Students love it. So good luck with this stuff, guys. And again, if you need any help, please let me know.